to the November 5th, 2025 Berlin Conservation Commission meeting. As a reminder, open session public meetings are subject to being recorded. Your voice and image will be recorded. First on the agenda, minutes. I heard we don't have minutes.
Yes, it's been a busy 2 weeks with other things going on, so I did not get to last meeting's minutes.
No problem.
So
we can table that till next meeting.
Moving along to the treasurer's report, we do have an update in the wetlands account. We received 2 checks, one for an ANRAD in the total of $1,012.50 and one for an NOI, which was $67.50. So there is a total plus of $1,080.
Awesome. All right. Bills and forms.
Bills and forms. So we do have some invoices. That is a part of Lyman Road, and I have a sheet for everyone to sign and vote upon, if you so choose to.
Right. So this is for the parking lot?
Correct.
So this is CPA funds?
Correct. Would you like me to review all?
Sure.
Okay. So the first is from Roger E. Wheeler and Sons Excavating for the Stone Dust Pathway in the total of $4,275. The second is also from Roger E. Wheeler and Sons for the parking area in the total of $6,000. The second one is an Amazon invoice in the total of $198.63. And what was purchased was 1 steel hex nut, 2 Hillman hot dipped flat washers, and 3 Hillman carriage bolts.
Oh, that's from
AJ.
That's the hardware
Yep.
for the fence.
Yes, and
I hope a lot more.
It's one package.
But
It's one package.
Yeah.
yes. Not just one
A box.
package, a box.
One each wouldn't go very far.
Yeah.
And the last invoice is from Bedrock Farms in the total of $300.
Those are the rails for the fence.
For the fence
Oh.
posts, yes.
Awesome. All right.
And they're in the barn, the old highway barn.
Yep.
And Fred also has the hardware.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
And that is a total of $10,773.63.
Awesome. And so I have the estimates here from Roger Wheeler, and one of them was for $475 and the other was for $7,000. So does he still have a little bit more work to do?
The post holes, but those weren't on the original.
Right.
So,
the highway department doesn't want to do that because
It's a pain.
and they actually dug the other ones by hand. So
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, and he has heavy equipment?
he's got a friend who theoretically has an auger that would do it, or he's got heavy equipment. I mean, he could
Right,
dig and then backfill. That would be a pain in the butt.
right.
So,
I was going to say for one from Roger E. Wheeler and Sons, it was $7,000, and then it looks like $1,000 was subtracted because there was no cutting or trimming of trees or digging out of stumps.
Right.
yep. And
Awesome.
he gave us an extra 100 feet on the stone dust path because it was longer than originally anticipated.
Nice, awesome. All right, so does anybody have any questions? Somebody want to make a motion to pay out of the
Designated.
the CPA designated funds?
Yeah.
It's- okay. Do you want to make the motion? That's
Sure.
the total.
I'd like to make a motion to pay Roger Wheeler and Sons for work done at the Lyman Street parking area in the amount of $10,000.
No, because it's not just Roger. These two are Roger. This
Oh,
is
sorry, Roger Wheeler and Sons and AJ for materials acquired for the parking area at Lyman Road.
all right. So it's actually not AJ. He bought. Oh, Right, so you didn't pay anything
No,
out
So
of
just
it,
say
right?
pay bills in the
So-
amount of,
Yes,
okay,
there you
alright,
go.
there we go. That'll
Bills
simplify it.
associated with the
Alright.
parking lot, how's that?
I'd like to make a motion to pay bills associated with the parking lot at Lyman Road in the amount of $10,773.63 out of the designated funds from the CPA budget that was approved at town meeting.
Second. All right, Holly seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right.
Signature time.
We'll go that way first. Any other bills?
No other bills.
Excellent.
What about the signs? Did we, oh, we haven't gotten the invoice
I have
yet?
not gotten
Okay,
the invoice
sorry.
yet, no.
I'll check with her tomorrow.
Thank you. Moving on.
Phil?
Wait.
Yep. Mail and notices?
Mail and notices. So the Massachusetts Department of Agriculture has reached out to let us know that there has been a confirmed infestation of the invasive species known as a spotted lanternfly in Berlin. A survey team came out and determined that at the end of September, it was only a preliminary survey, so they will continue to survey if folks see them around. It is USDA staff or MDAR staff. They ask that if residents are able to report any sightings of the pest, there is a link which is shown here that you can use to report any sightings that you may have. That link is massnrc.org/pest/pest FAQ sheets/spotted lanternfly.html.
Will you put something together with that and email it to me, and I'll post it on Berlin Neighbors Connect and our Facebook page? I also should make you an admin on that, huh? That would
good.
probably be helpful. Do you have a Facebook account?
I do, yes.
Okay, so you and I are gonna have to be friends.
That's okay. Make that work.
Should we do anything around town, or is that not our jurisdiction?
And we certainly can, like
I'm just wondering, because
like flyers or something. Yeah, we can put something together and post it at the transfer station, general store, library, 19 Carter.
Isn't there one on the
Usual.
bulletin board here already?
There is, yeah.
Is there?
I noticed that when I was
Oh,
coming in.
so maybe we'll just make copies of that.
Yeah.
Cool. Good spotting. Huh.
Was that a pun?
A little bit. Didn't mean it, but.
It made me laugh, it hurts.
Anything else?
Yes. So MSMCP is an organization that provides opportunities for municipal conservation professionals to connect with each other. They have wetland regulations and land management talks during lunch, and they sent an email that it's $20 for a municipality to join. I was wondering if that is something that the commission would want to consider joining. I know they have like forums where you could discuss questions. It kind of just connects other people in the position, and I think it could be a helpful resource for me to kind of help better serve the commission. So I was wondering if that was something the commission would be interested in.
Yeah, if you would feel like you would be able to take advantage of it, you know that the lunch and learns are always during the day.
Right.
But if you think you could benefit from that and had the ability to take advantage of it, I don't see a problem with that.
What is, it's
So would they-
$20 per,
I will have to confirm. It came in recently. I believe it's just a one-time fee, though.
Is it online? What the, oh.
Yes.
During
Yeah.
lunchtime?
So, yeah, and
That
find
would-
out how many people, how
Yeah,
many
people
members could attend
Okay.
the meetings as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Okay. That is all for mail and notices, so that brings us to, what time is it?
7:10.
Okay.
And our
That
first
does
hearing
not
is at
bring us
7.
to our first
Yeah.
public hearing. Okay, we breeze through that. Let's see, can move on to enforcement orders and violations. I do not have any updates on Maplewood Farm.
Okay, that's always a good sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on to 92 Allen Road, me and AJ did go out and do a site visit with one of the consultants to kind of look at what erosion controls they have in and what their plan is. They did have one silt fence installed, and they kind of described how they intend to install more as they remove fill, but if they were to put more in now, it would just be on top of what they are then going to be removing. So their plan is to remove areas, put in erosion controls, and kind of continue that process throughout the day. They think they can get all of the work done in one day. They did note that they plan to photograph the entire day in segments and share that with us, along with like a report that kind of describes how they went throughout the day in each phase. We spent a good chunk of time with the guy. AJ and I didn't have any further questions. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Just, we talked about the technicalities of removing the material and the added on, pipe for the
Okay.
culvert, and, yeah, he went and examined the outlet of the culvert. Yeah, anyway. Wasn't too much
But you
to-
were satisfied with,
I think they have they're both feet on the ground on this one.
okay,
Just,
and it's
I
in
just can't
keeping-
imagine they'll get it done in one day.
It's in keeping with what they filed,
Oh, yeah.
okay?
Yeah, right on target.
Yep, I did include a very poorly lit by
Yeah, I
my
know,
my
right?
high beams. We did get there a little bit before 5, but by the time we left and I thought to take pictures,
It was getting
politely
dark, yeah.
was a bit dark.
Okay, well, it's okay for one day. It's a little loose.
This is a silt fence that Richard put in, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
incorrectly installed, and I'm not sure.
So what erosion controls did they put in?
So there was nothing past that, and the consultant kind of, the reason for that was because if they were to install anything, they would just be removing it to then remove the part of the fill to then put it back,
Right,
which is why that
for
there's
access, yeah.
nothing down. But
Yep.
they did talk about putting in the silt fences and putting straw in between to cover any bare soil and all the things that were highlighted in the packet.
Okay.
And I if this isn't the case, that's certainly okay. But I think you did mention that you were maybe going to stop there
I will
on
stop
Friday.
there Friday multiple times. I
Okay.
wanna see what's
And
going on.
that's when they're doing the
Yeah.
work
And
is
that's what,
Friday.
yes,
That's what they
as long
said.
as we.
Now, there's a small chance of rain Friday, and I don't think they'll put it off for that. Unless it's torrential, I think they'll work.
Okay,
Shouldn't be any reason not to.
cool.
In this big pile of rocks, he said, we're gonna have to haul them off.
Oh, man.
Gigantic, I don't know, they must have good equipment,
Right.
so.
All right, well, that brings us to 7:14, so let's go back. Are you guys here for 180 River Road West?
I am.
Excellent. Come on up, ask you to sign in.
Took care of that.
Excellent.
Awesome. So this is my first time in front of you all. I'm Tom Schutz. I'm from Goddard Consulting. I'm here filling in for Andrew Tebow, who was the project manager for this site here. Just some background, if everybody forgot, because this has been in front of you guys for quite a while. It was an ANRAD submitted in April of this year, and then we were first in front of you in May, where the commission voted on a peer review for the wetland resource area delineation of a perennial stream, a bordering vegetated wetland, and then also 13 isolated wetlands that are on site. The peer review took place over the summer with Patrick Gardner and then also Brandon Fanoff of Ecosystem Solutions. I think they came to an agreement on all of the flag placements, the jurisdiction of the isolated wetlands, the perennial streams, and the bordering vegetated wetland that's out there as well. We came back in front of you in late summer, and the last remaining question from the commission was whether any of the isolated wetlands were in fact isolated land subject to flooding. So we went back to the engineer, had them do all the calculations, and resubmitted those in October. One of them, of all of 13, only one of them came back as ILSF, which is the B series shown on the map there,
Right.
which is the largest of all 13. They also ran calculations on.
Oh, there we go, right
Yep.
here.
They also ran calculations on the D series, which is the second largest of all of the isolated wetlands.
This one?
And that one was not, in fact, ILSF, so they kind of, by process of elimination, considered the rest of them not ILSF either, because if D series wasn't isolated land subject to flooding, then the rest of them, the smaller ones, wouldn't be either. So I think at this point, we've answered all of the Conservation Commission's questions. If you have any questions for me regarding the delineation, the peer review, or anything like that, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, we'd be requesting the Commission close the hearing and then issue the order of resource area delineation for the property.
I do know that Patrick Garner did review the calculations, and he was comfortable with the result as well.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, so does anybody else have any questions?
There is one other comment that Patrick made that I would like to share. He recommended that several of the IVW areas are potential vernal pools, and that in the ORAD it should note that those areas are potential vernal pools, and that they should be checked and checked in March through April.
So I see, yeah, right, so it's just that one though, right?
Correct. So
Okay.
yeah.
And that's not actually on the property,
Correct.
right, but, and if my recollection is correct, there's no work that's happening up there.
I don't know anything about the work. I'm just here
Okay.
to confirm the wetland delineation, so
Okay.
So
I don't know if I can speak to
the
that.
suggestion and like language that I kind of discussed with that would be that if the commission notes that an isolated vegetated wetland is not jurisdictional, confirmation shall be provided that none of the delineated wetlands are potential vernal pools prior to submitting an NOI. So that would they plan to do work based on this. So that would just
Okay.
the confirmation would come with the NOI.
Okay. Understood, and we'll make note of that. And we'll put that in this was an ANRAD, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So would the
and-
vernal pool effectively push the boundary slip,
It
buffer zone
widens
and-
the resource area, yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay, because it's already like within the buffer zone from the river or
Correct.
stream that's going
Yeah,
through
it's
there,
already
but-
in the riverfront.
But it would just push it out another chunk of space.
Honestly, in that case, because of where it is, I'm not sure that it would really change much. But we will note that in the ANRAD decision. But other than that, I don't think, I know Patrick's comfortable with this.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to, well, so first, we have to vote to close the hearing. Make a motion to close the hearing.
I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing.
Second. It's
Any-
hard sitting in that seat,
I know,
isn't
right?
it?
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right, the hearing is closed. Now we will vote on, so this is, just trying to remember the language on this. We do so few of these. Um, right. We vote to accept the ANRAD filing as agreed. Is there a date on that or anything that we can reference?
I believe it was submitted on April 18th, 2025.
April 18. Right, so I would accept a motion to, agree with the plans filed April 18th, 2025, as reviewed by Patrick Garner.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. The signature page.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. If you want to hold off, do you
I'm
want
here
us
for
to-
another one too.
Oh, okay. You're not going anywhere.
All right. Moving on to our next public hearing is Wheeler Pond Dam removal. They have asked to continue to our next meeting on November 19th. If the commission would like to consider that for a vote.
Anybody have a problem with the Wheeler Pond Dam removal hearing being continued to our next meeting? Make a motion?
I make a motion that we continue that hearing till our next meeting.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? All right.
Moving on to 75 Carter Street public hearing.
All right. Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Did you sign in?
I did.
Excellent, thank you so much.
Jack Maloney from Dillis and Roy. And we did get a DEP number this afternoon at 4:22 p.m.
I saw that, and they mentioned something about a perennial stream
Yeah,
being mapped. I checked the Mass Mapper, I didn't
I-
see it.
all I have is black and white printer at home, but when you turn on hydraulic connections on the Mass Mapper, this little blue line shows up, which there is a little pocket of wet over here on the abutting property, and it brings it right around the back, which is our wetlands here, and then goes through a culvert to the wetlands across the street, and then eventually
Can I
trickles down.
see that?
Sure.
Oops, sorry.
The only, and I did zoom out on the map, and you
Huh.
can see it in the locus here. There's a perennial stream that's further down.
Yeah, I saw that
But it's,
in the wetlands that are across the driveway, across Harris Road.
no, but even, I think the one that she's talking about being west is down past the church
Oh,
on
even-
62.
Oh,
Because that's the only one that shows up. I mean, everything in that quad map is, that I can see is perennial,
right.
so.
Yeah, on the Mass Mapper, this wetlands here,
Yep.
there was what looked like a stream
Yeah,
coming
there's
under the
there's
road.
a little blip
Yeah,
further, quite a ways down, but it's, I mean, it's a wetland up near where we are. And,
Right.
I mean, if it shows, and you can see it in the locus map there, in that corner, it's just a little blip that comes from,
right,
probably goes right to a culvert right there.
yes, I would
So
imagine.
I'm not sure if that would even be considered riverfront at that point, but
Right.
I still think we're far enough away from anything that's gonna have any effect on it.
I have to say, I would agree.
So anyway, we're here on behalf of the Wheelers. Mark Rhodes was the applicant. He's going to be building the septic system. In red here, you can see that. Well, let's back up. Purple is the property line. The red, this area here, there's some sort of a leaching field, some sort of a leaching system here. The septic tank is on the other side of the existing drain pipe. What we're proposing is a treatment tank, pump chamber, up to a Presby system that's, a geomat system that's up in a big block retaining wall. That's what that black outline is there. It has a poly barrier and it's just basically filled with sand. Part of the other half of this project is there's a catch basin in the back here, another one right near where the septic tanks are going, that length, and then between that one and the next pipe, that drainage is going to be coming out. Those catch basins in the back are filled to the brim with sand, and they're not working anyway. So we're going to just take those out. We can't have that drain pipe going underneath the septic tanks anyway, so that's going to be coming out. We do show erosion control in orange in here, which is in thick black dash lines around, protecting that whole area. This blue here is the existing well, which basically sits out in the other side of the street, which feeds this. DEP's other comment was if we are increasing flow, obviously we'd be triggering some other issues with Title V, with the Wetlands Protection Act, but we're not. It's a 3-bay garage, and that's what it's going to remain. It's going to remain a mechanic's garage. If any of you have been on site, there's actually a berm that wraps around here. I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 feet tall, and the wetlands is basically on the other side of that berm, and that's where you have that intermittent stream or wetland that runs on the other side of that. So anything that we do have, any migration of any soil or whatnot would go right down through this gravel and paved parking area down towards the street. So that's why we've wrapped it like we have for the construction part of it.
I have 2 questions.
Yep.
The first, you're taking out the existing catch basins. What is being done with water in the parking lot?
Right, it goes overland now. I don't know why those catch basins were put in there in the first place. Maybe there was a low spot up in this area, which actually does show a low spot here. I have no idea what this one was doing.
Okay.
Because everything does pitch this way naturally anyway, so.
Okay.
There is, you can see in this, there's pavement up into the back here, then it's very sporadic, but the rest of this is like a packed gravel up to where the berm is. And, unless you're out there, there's a bunch of cars that are parked right along that berm.
Yep.
From Harris Road all the way back.
And my second question is, where is the leach field now?
In that bubbled area?
Oh, I see,
Yeah.
right.
So we don't know what's there, if it's there's a septic tank in the back, for sure, but beyond that, we have no idea.
Where
That
it
tank was
goes.
just chock full from whoever did the inspection and said, yeah, you need a new system.
Okay,
We wanted to put a tight tank in first, but the owner said, no, if we can get a regular system in there, and obviously we've got treatment because of the offset to the wetlands.
okay,
He'd rather have that.
okay. And can you talk a little bit about a geomat system and the benefits and why you've chosen that?
Benefit has to do with the height. You're only about 3.5 inches tall, including the 2-inch pipe that's inside of it. It's a mat. It's a geotechnical fabric mat that's about 39 inches wide. It's only about 1 inch thick. And then there's a pocket on the top of it that you slide the pressure dose pipe in. So the effluent comes into the treatment tank, which is a septic tank that has aeration in it, and then does its treatment in there, comes out into the pump chamber, and then will be dosed, probably depending on the flow, 5 or 6 times a day, small doses up into this matted area. There's 2 of the mats, 39 inches wide by 46 feet long, that will go up there. And then it just goes through, because we have the treatment tank going into the pump chamber, the water should be virtually clear water coming out of there with, no suspended solids or anything like that. It is a multiple compartment tank. As you can see, we have the inlet here. A lot of the settling happens in the first tank. We go into the second tank where more settling happens. Basically, it's a 3-compartment tank. And then there's the bio diffuser section where the outside air gets blown into it. It's basically a supercharger for the bugs that live inside that tank. So if on a regular septic tank, it's anaerobic, you have, say, 100 bugs per square foot. When you add air to it, it's about 10,000 bugs per square foot. So it breaks down that effluent much more efficiently. Cleaner product going out, so.
Awesome. And have you gone before the Board of Health yet?
Next meeting.
Okay.
This all has to be approved by DEP anyway, right?
That,
Well,
no. Just
Right, so
everything's done
DEP
locally.
has issued their number, their DEP number and made comments, but it does have to be approved by the Board of Health.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, DEP wetlands had their number, but DEP wastewater is not involved in this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't. they
Because
don't
it's a
get
smaller
involved.
system.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Typically, back in, I think it's 2006 or something, they just handed everything back to the town. We used to have to send forms in. Basically, they were just cashing checks and giving us our 45 days and said, towns take care of it. So they made it official, and now everything goes back to the towns, which it should be.
Okay. So I see you're planning just straw wattles?
Yeah, given the pavement out there and the hard packed gravel, I mean, other than putting hay bales down,
Right,
you know, butted up to that.
right.
I mean, we're gonna take some of that pavement up to take out the drain pipe, but, and then this area in here obviously is gonna have to be taken out, but we could run them down in this hard packed gravel to the edge, and then obviously they're gonna have cars in and out of there, so, you know, at the end of the day, when the business is closed, they can put the wattles back up or the hay bales across there to do like a dam, but it's gonna be hard to,
Yeah,
lock
stake
them in.
anything down, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm less concerned about this and more concerned really about across the street.
Yep.
Do we know how Harris Road and Carter Street are pitched?
Yeah, it was just over there.
Yeah, it all comes down to this corner.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, and then it drops in basically around this corner. So, I mean, if we wanted to, if the commission wanted to add, you know, a condition in there that we put wattles along the edge of the road over on this side, I don't think we have any issue with that.
Okay,
For
that
that
would make
specific
me more
reason.
comfortable.
Yep.
Because I understand the limitations of here, but if this is gonna be open for a while and we have a gully washer,
Mm-hmm. Understood.
yeah,
Just a little belt and suspenders.
yep.
Nope, understood.
I think that's all my questions. Anybody else have anything?
Actually, I don't know the system like this before, but-
When are you hoping to do the work? You have Board of Health tomorrow night?
Not tomorrow night.
Or their next meeting,
their
which
next
is what,
meeting.
next Tuesday?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'm not sure what the schedule is, so I think there's a sale that's happening as part of this, so,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Okay.
Go back here pretty quick, but I wouldn't
Okay.
mind getting a copy and taking a look. But it's, I mean, Board of Health and us at that point, yeah.
Right. All right, so, wattles where you can, here, you know, or on your line.
We can go right along the edge of the, we'll go right down here and then we can bump it out to the edge of the gravel.
Okay, and then across Harris Road also.
Yep.
And you have those
Can that, can you
notes.
throw that in as a condition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
And this is the low spot here?
Kind
At
of
the
this,
corner there
this
is.
corner, yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably wanna go like from there down to there.
Yep.
Approximately like from that little bend
Yeah.
to there. You see if, does that make sense?
Yeah, let's,
How's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Everything from here is gonna go straight down.
Right.
and then hit that. Yep.
excellent. All right, great. This is a public hearing. Do we have any public comments? All right. So if nobody else has anything, I would ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? And now I would ask, what is this filing? No, notice of intent.
And a file
Is
number?
the number on there?
So
Oh, right.
I was gonna say, I don't have the order of conditions to fill out now, since we didn't get the DEP file number until 4:30. I'd already left my house for this meeting, so we typically will fill it out here.
Right, so, so we'll sign it at our next meeting?
That's fine.
Okay, that's why I was asking about the timing.
107-281.
107. 281, actually. Excellent. All right. So, a motion to approve the NOI with the DEP filing of 107-281
So moved.
with the conditions discussed.
Definitely moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right,
Thank you very much.
thank you, Jack.
Good night.
Have a good one.
I thought there's no way that they get us the file number between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Right?
And then
Shows
they
you.
got us a file number between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m.
All right, and the last, so, 323 Randall Road,
Is that right?
it should be. No, it should be Central Street, right?
232 Randall Road.
Yeah, there's Randall.
Yes, it is Randall.
Oh, okay, Randall Road,
It says Randall Street on
it
there.
does.
We're all confused now.
I got my notification.
All right, and this is a hearing for a notice of resource area delineation. Is that you again?
It is.
All right.
Alright, so I brought the big board, but I also brought small copies for everybody, so you mind taking one of those down and passing them around. We colored up the ANRAD site plans for everybody, so it's just a little bit easier on the eyes rather than looking at just a white and black site plan. And you also don't need to look at the screen in turn. Alright, we all set?
We are, I believe. If you want to introduce the project.
Absolutely. So Tom Schutz, for the record, Gata Consulting. This is 232 Randall Road, and the applicant is Mark Rhodes of Black Pearl Development. This project site is for an ANRAD, abbreviated Notice of Resource Area Delineation, to confirm the wetland delineation on the locust site. So the 232 Randall Road property is approximately 23 acres. It is surrounded by single-family house developments towards the west and north, and then also a couple of single-family houses that are between the arms of the property, and then one out here to the east. The eastern portion of the site down here off-site is all forested, undeveloped land. The property itself is primarily forested, except for the small single-family house up here that's right on Randall Road itself. The rest of it is all undeveloped, forested land. We have several wetland resource areas on the site. We have a large bordering vegetated wetland that has an internal intermittent stream that's not currently shown on the site plan because we didn't flag it because it has the same buffer zones as a bordering vegetated wetland would. So we didn't actually flag the internal intermittent stream, but that's what it's bordering on. On your little site plans, the blue check marks, that's the wetland on the site. So it kind of sprawls throughout the entirety of the site. We have some small upland islands here, which can be seen right here in the, I guess, southeastern portion of the site itself. This is the larger of the two. And then we have another one, upland island, that is down here just right north of that. The colors on the site plan are the 25-foot no disturb buffer, which is in the green, and then we also have a 50-foot buffer zone, kind of just showing you the distances between the wetland and the upland. That's shown in blue, and then we also have the 100-foot buffer zone, which is shown in purple. The rest of the white down here in the southern portion of the site, that's all upland, no wetlands down there. We also have uplands up here, adjacent to Randall Road. We also have a mapped perennial stream on the site by USGS. However, we did take 4 days of non-flowing photos, which would overcome the perennial presumption. This was taken during a non-drought period, so this is in fact an intermittent stream based on the Wetlands Protection Act 10.58. I think that covers everything with the delineation. If you have any questions for me about it, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, we would be requesting an ORAD for this property.
So why did you stop? Delineation
Actually,
right
the
here.
delineation continues along. I believe, I'm not sure if they're shown on the site plan, but if you could look at the sketch behind you, it actually is included in there, and it goes property boundary to property boundary. I believe that might have been a engineering and applicant discussion on where they would actually be building and what needed to be approved in the site plan. So because this is already a single-family house back here, the wetland line up in this vicinity wouldn't need to be, in theory, confirmed with the ANRAD, so that's why it's not shown on the site plan. But if you go in the field, you can walk property boundary to property boundary and see the GCA series go through.
Okay. Well, we would definitely want our wetlands or a wetlands consultant for us to do a peer review.
Okay.
And to check the flags. Flags are marked there.
Yeah, they're marked on that sketch, which was included with our ANRAD submittal in the wetland border report.
Right.
They're not, the numbers aren't shown on this. This is more of an overview page, but if you flip through the actual plan set that was submitted with our ANRAD, they have individual numbers on each of the flags.
Okay.
And they're broken up into several plan sheets, which are shown in this black line.
That's what
they're
okay.
breaking it up in.
I have it if you would like to look at it.
I will probably take it home and look at it.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we usually use Patrick Garner.
Okay.
So if we have him get in touch with you guys, he can give you a quote for what he would charge, because it is at the applicant's expense.
Absolutely.
And then should you all agree on a price, you guys can set up a time to meet in the field.
Yep.
And get back to us.
Okay.
Yep.
Just a question about the peer review. I know towns handle them differently. Would it be through you, the agent, to contact Patrick Gardner to set up the peer review and request a quote, or would that be us as the applicant? Because normally we have the 53G account at town, which would be a funding account where we as the applicant could put money in to supplement the quote provided by the peer reviewer. But the peer review scope would actually be asked for by the agent.
So,
Sorry. A lot of questions. Okay, just
So-
to simplify it, the agent normally asks for the quote. The the peer reviewer gives them the quote, we sign off on it, we give money. That's how I've handled them in the past.
So that we would pay them. You would pay
We would
us
pay-
and we would pay him.
Yes.
I think that's fine. That's not normally how we do
Okay,
it.
hey, anything
yeah.
you want, I'm more than happy
Yeah,
to do.
yeah, normally, he just, it bills you directly and
Okay.
he gets paid, and
That's fine
then
too.
once he gets paid, we can move on.
Okay.
So,
That works.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
that's just easier for us.
Okay,
Okay.
understood.
All right, so does anybody have any questions at this point?
Are they planning on doing more forestry in there?
I don't know what the project's gonna be. This is just to confirm the wetland delineation on site.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yep.
I'm just asked the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
Sorry.
you know, That's okay.
I
It's our
think-
neighborhood.
Yeah,
so-
the
Yeah.
reason we're doing
It's
this is
fine.
just to try and see if a project is even possible out here, and
Well, I just know the
quantify the
land,
wetlands.
it gets very, yeah.
it's steep. It's
It's
obviously
beautiful
very
land.
filled with wetlands.
It's
So
a lot of wet. Yeah.
It's a lot of wet.
And I know he owns more past that, and that's pretty wet too. But I was just, curious what was gonna happen. But yeah, beautiful land.
Is there any public comment? Okay. We'll continue the hearing until after, Patrick does you guys, meet and Patrick gives us a report of, his sidewalk.
okay, awesome.
Do you think we have to vote to continue the meeting?
All right.
Do we want to pick an arbitrary date for the hearing, just so we can kind of?
Shoot for something?
Yeah.
You wanna say in 2 meetings, that gives you about a
Sure.
month?
Yeah. What date would that be?
So that's December.
December.
Third.
Third and the
Sounds
17th
right.
are the two.
Yeah, 2 meetings would be the December 3rd.
Okay, let's shoot for the 3rd, but potentially we'll be continued to the 17th if we can't get the changes to the flagging done, if there is any, and then resurveyed.
Great. So motion to continue the hearing to December 3rd.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Great,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
And then I do have. I find where I put it.
Do you wanna make,
Underneath.
do you wanna make copies? Do you wanna take the copies of this now?
For 180 River Road.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
I'm sure that Ruby will catch that, but that chunk there, and then obviously that whole market number for what the size of it, because there's a house there that doesn't count, but like, why would that suddenly stop there?
right, that should be,
That should continue.
that should continue, however that continues, that line should.
Exactly.
Um,
And then over here, there should be a couple layers of, that's wetlands. There should be purple on that at least, probably blue.
No,
purple.
because this is the 100-foot, so it's from here. Oh, from
From
here. Yeah. Yes.
I don't care about the property lines, I care about the wetlands.
Sure.
I know, it is also wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like 90%.
And then once he changes the landscape, it's gonna get worse.
Yep.
Because we know that's happening, it's already happening.
Yeah.
And we hear it every day.
As soon as Julia comes back.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
we voted to continue a hearing for people who weren't here. What would have happened if we said no?
It would have, we would have had to have voted to either approve or not what they had already submitted. But we kind of knew when they came in before that it was probably going to be quite a
I
while.
mean, we continue things all the time.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But specifically with the dam,
Right,
because
yeah.
they have so
Yeah,
many
that's a big-
different filings that they have to do. And you have our copies?
Yes.
Awesome.
Move on to.
All right.
Hello.
Hi.
For the camera, my name is
Hey,
Ishan
Ishan.
Naik. I'm a Boy Scout from North Grove. I'm doing my Eagle project here in Berlin. I'm building a bridge up on Linden Street on Mount Pisgah. Since the last meeting, I have raised another I think $400.
Nice.
So in total, I've raised about 1,250 on my own. So I have a $500 check from NEMBA, and then 750 in donations and active fundraising.
That's awesome.
So we edited a couple numbers since our last meeting, and that brought the budget to about $1,700. So that leaves about like a $500 difference.
Did I do that math not right? Oh, you said you have
I've
$1,200.
raised
Yeah,
$1,200.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
So I don't know if you guys can cover the full difference. I think I can probably get a little more in donations, but I think that's kind of run its course. I was just gonna
Right.
see what you guys have available. Anything is appreciated.
Yeah. I am wondering if we can, did we think we could do this out of the wetlands fund?
I think we did, yes, because
Yeah.
it's helping.
It's, right, it's wetlands
wetlands,
related,
yes.
yeah. So I'm fine with $500. Does anybody care to make it a different number?
And you're
Thank you.
comfortable with that, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm very comfortable with that. Thank you guys a lot.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
I'd like to make a motion to approve funding for for Ishan Naik's bridge build project at Horseshoe Pond Conservation
Second.
in the $500
for $500
to come out of the wetlands fund.
to come out of the wetlands fund. It's
Okay.
easier when you
Second.
say it than I just say
I
it.
know,
so-
I know. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right. Now we just have to figure out what paperwork we have to file with
Yeah.
the town
Okay.
to get
Yeah.
the $500.
Right, I was gonna ask, is there a process for how it comes out of the account?
I am sure there is.
We'll look into
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will find out what that process is and be in touch with you. Probably need your address.
Yeah.
And all of that. But
Yeah, thank
Awesome.
you guys. Just for some context, we consolidated what was gonna be like a 2 or 3 day project into one day. It's gonna be Saturday, November 15th.
awesome.
It's gonna span from about 11 a.m. to hopefully we're probably gonna be done before 4 p.m., but that's like the latest that we're gonna go. It's gonna get dark pretty early.
Yep.
In terms of funding, we're like my family's just gonna like buy the stuff out of our own money, and then the money that we get is gonna go into my troops fund, and they're gonna reimburse us. So
Okay.
this is like context. for
I
that.
know, so, not sure how the check from us
Yeah.
would,
They have their own bank account and stuff. Troop.
right, but the motion was to donate it
Oh.
to you,
Okay.
not to the Boy Scouts.
Sorry.
So we may still need to send it to you,
Okay. Yeah.
and you guys might need to do that the other way
Yeah,
around.
we can just
Okay,
put it back and forth between
Okay.
us, yeah.
awesome,
Thank you guys.
all right, thank you, Sean.
You said November 15th?
November 15th, yeah.
How many are gonna be in your crew?
So we have like a morning, like 2 hour prep for that. We need maybe like 10 or 15 people. We're gonna do like the cutting of the lumber at the Northbrook Police Station. And then we're gonna have a crew at the same 2 hours up here putting in the
The
support.
base
Yeah.
and,
And then we're gonna have like an 11 to 4 p.m. service slot, which is just building the bridge. So hopefully that like actually constructing the bridge will be like 20-ish people, but we'll probably get more.
awesome,
Yeah.
that's great.
All right, thank you.
Take
guys.
pictures.
Yes.
Send
lots
them.
of pictures.
Thanks so
Alright.
much.
Awesome.
Thank
And
you, guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for
Thank you.
taking this project on.
All right. Backtracking a little bit. Next on the agenda is 261 Pleasant Street. So someone reached out with an inquiry. They have a hearing before the ZBA on November 12th, and they're requesting a special permit and site plan approval for a new and used automobile dealership with up to 10 cars at 261 Pleasant Street. The dealership is allowed in commercial or commercial village zoning district as outlined in Berlin zoning bylaw Article 3. They are requesting written evidence from the commission that the proposed use is capable of complying with bylaws, rules, regulations within our jurisdiction. So the person who reached out provided this as a mocked up site plan. And as you could see, right here is where they're proposing to put the 10. Sure. So right here is where they're looking to put the proposed 10 parking spots. So I looked on Mass Mapper, and here is this building that I used for a reference, and I measured to the wetland, and it's 291 feet about at its point that is closest to the wetland.
So that blue line is yours.
That blue line is
not.
I guess I
and
should
it-
have not
yeah.
picked blue. That was a bad choice.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, I looked that up and I didn't
Yeah,
see a
that-
stream there.
That was probably not the best color
That's all right.
choice, but that is my line showing
Okay.
the
The
distance.
distance, yeah.
What is next to it? Can we?
So at, you know where the post office is,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So Pleasant Street, if you were standing in the street from the post office looking towards the mall,
Okay.
right? Pleasant Street kind of goes over that way.
Right.
And South Street goes over that way. And it's kind of in that corner,
Oh, okay.
right there.
Okay.
Is this just a resident?
I think so.
Right now,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the White House that kind of is very close to the road at that intersection
Yeah.
is that building.
The funky shaped one?
Julia, nope. To the
Upper
right,
right.
to the
Oh,
right, yeah,
okay.
is that building. Right, so this is down behind that.
And where's the post office?
Post office is kind of where see where it says length 291 on your Mass GIS map?
It's across the street.
Yeah,
from
so
the
it's kind of
house.
up.
So I had to look it up on Google Maps, but basically, that's like, if you're coming from the Rotary and going down towards Pleasant Street, you're actually on South Street then, and it turns into Pleasant Street as it makes that right-hand bend
Right.
by the
Yeah.
post office.
Right.
So that right-hand bend is basically what's not pictured there.
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
hard left is Pleasant Street, the soft left is South Street as it goes down to where the bridge is out.
Right.
And the hard left is the Pleasant Street that goes to Whitney Street, which would take you to Northborough.
Got
Right.
it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Where's Whitney?
So that's kind of on that little
What'd you
corner
say?
that you
Right.
don't think about because you
Where's
drive by.
I know
it.
you drive by all
So
the time.
Whitney,
exactly.
so
Thank
if
you.
you were, all right, pointer, thank you. If you were to come down Pleasant Street
Yeah.
here and keep going, it turns into Whitney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
mean,
it's
personally, I think it's far enough away from the wetlands, and it is already pretty disturbed anyway, so I don't see that we have any jurisdiction or concerns.
I just have something in my throat that wasn't
Yeah,
like.
nope.
Well, I don't know about that. No, yeah, I'm with you.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question.
Go
It has
ahead.
nothing to do with us or the wetlands, but in this case, given what they're doing, which is in the bylaws, I get it, it's all legit. Do neighbors get notified when something like this is going to happen?
I don't know for sure, cause that would be ZBA, but knowing ZBA, yes.
I gotta get some
Okay,
water.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know like the Wheelers always talk to me about what we have, right? And so I was just curious.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
All right, that's good to know.
Who are the owners? Do we know who's doing this?
I'm trying to remember, the applicant's name was on,
Not that I would know them any.
yeah.
Be more likely you would
Yeah.
know them than me, not being a newcomer, a relative newcomer.
What are those existing metal buildings? Is it just like old industrial
I
stuff?
think they either have or had something to do with cars, whether it was auto repair or auto sales or something, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Darren Blanded.
So, as soon as Ethan comes back, we can, and so ZBA is asking for a letter.
Correct.
Can you again list the things that they're asking us to determine?
Yes. Send written evidence that the proposed use is capable of complying with the bylaws, rules, and regulations and statutes within their jurisdiction.
There being our jurisdiction.
Yes.
Harvard.
Yep.
Because I know some states do require if you sell more X 5 car, and I don't know whether Massachusetts, I don't know the statutes well enough. If you're selling X number of cars per year on a location, you have to have a license.
So that is exactly what they're applying for with ZBA,
Got it.
is a license to do this.
Okay.
And so ZBA is just making sure that should they approve this, that they're not approving something that would be in violation of other laws or
Wetlands. yeah.
wetlands,
Got it.
exactly.
Thank you.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
So they'll send that letter to them, probably Board of Health and
Right, so
other
Right.
town
Right.
departments to make sure that this will comply with everybody's jurisdiction.
Right.
And then that's another stupid question. With the Board of Health, and usually we have to follow them, right? If they approve it first before we can? Or are they involved in this too?
I don't know if they're involved, no, because
Yeah.
it's just a
Right.
parking lot.
Just as
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask, 'cause
Yeah.
if they were, all right.
Yeah.
Probably not a Herb Chamber-esque billboard.
Correct.
Somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's
The other
what,
end of the
5 to 10
spectrum.
cars
Yeah.
or something?
10 cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna look at Lexi this time. Ethan's getting tired.
I am.
His throat getting sore. I would take a motion to have Julia send a letter to ZBA saying that this project does not infringe on any wetlands or other jurisdiction of the Conservation Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right. Excellent. Thank you, Julia.
Perfect. CPA funding, I believe you submitted the application.
I did. Ethan got
2 quotes.
2 quotes
Yep.
of about
One-
$15,000 to $20,000 different from each other.
Yeah.
So
So that was exciting.
yeah. So actually, I did amend the application for the tree removal from 30,000 to 40,000, and hopefully we won't need that. One of the quotes came in at 25,000, and one came in 40 to 45.
I think it was 35 to 45.
Were they including
Maybe.
stump removal too or something in that quote? Why?
It is like 3/4 of a mile.
Oh,
Of
that's
down
why.
trees.
You got a lot of trees.
Yeah. and like
Lot.
tangled,
Tangled
like
up
it's
and
out
like
there.
20-inch diameter trees, and then a pile of 8-inch diameter trees. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And access is not easy.
Uh,
And I would have thought it would be
More.
around 30 anyway.
Oh, okay.
Easy. And that was a rough guesstimate based on my limited knowledge of that kind of work.
Got it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's definitely, it will require equipment and insurance.
Oh.
a lot.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
So, but I have submitted both applications. If anybody wants to attend via Zoom, I think it's November 18th to the CPA meeting in which this will be presented. Yeah, November 18th via Zoom. And, but Maureen is the admin for CPA. She said the applications look good. And we will see what questions or other information the committee might be looking for. And like that.
So there's no safety concerns at the moment, right?
There are.
Or there are,
We've
really.
closed the trails.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
knew that.
Yeah, other-
Well, that's
yeah.
the obvious
There's
one,
no
yeah.
imminent danger to any people or property.
Thank you.
Right.
But
We just don't want
I-
anybody
yeah,
going
of
in there
course.
scrambling around and,
Understood.
yeah.
Don't do what I did.
How does the funding fund the tree removal? Like, what's the process?
So
They give
it's,
us the money?
yeah, so it's very similar to, well, it's exactly like the Lyman Street parking lot. It has to go through all of the processes. CPA committee vets the project. And then hopefully in late January, usually, they make their recommendations. Well, they decide what projects to recommend to town meeting. That then gets conveyed to the select board, who does the warrant for May town meeting. Hopefully it'll get approved at May town meeting for funds to be expended after July 1. So.
Process.
It is a process, indeed. So, and hopefully those quotes will still be good in July.
Ethan, how long do you think it'll take him to do that job? Would you guesstimate?
2 weeks to a month.
Yeah, depending on how many people they have.
Sure.
Yeah, depending on the equipment, how many people. There's only so many people you can have working, on a project like that because your actual work area is basically limited to what's in front of you,
Understood.
right? Unless you try to hit it from two sides, but that's not really viable because the only two access points are basically coming from Coburn Road, where you're going right down Old Berlin Road or Old West Street, which is fine. That works. You can drive a truck down that as it is, just about. And the only other access point really is from, I think it's West Street there, 62. There's a small break in the guardrail there, but there's no way to pull a vehicle in there because it's
No,
a small break in the guardrail, and you'd have to
Right.
park across the street, and
Right.
it's not really
Right.
viable.
So those trails are gonna be out even half the summer then, easily.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah,
Understood.
because we need to get the approvals and all that, and so we won't even be able to start work until June or July at the
Right.
earliest.
A lot of this stuff is laying right over the rail trail, isn't it?
Oh yeah, almost all of it. I mean, and it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it's
right.
up in the air. It's a little up in the air as to whether we use the old rail bed or Old West Street through there
To get in.
for the rail trail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, and to get in, I think it's going to be Old Berlin Road because of the, or I keep on doing that, Old West Street because the rail bed is elevated and tough to get to.
And has rails on it.
That too. Not great for trucks.
Right, no. Yeah, and then we'd have to get permission from DCR.
That too,
and-
it's not
yeah.
our land.
Yep, yep.
So that's why I said just clear Old West Street because it's our land and
Right.
it
Yep.
gets us the access. And
Yep.
we don't have to talk to DCR or to, actually, there we'd have to talk to CSX.
Oh,
It's west of Coburn.
west of Coburn, yeah,
So we'd have
Oh,
to talk
yeah.
to CSX, and I'd rather not
have to.
have to try to talk to them at all, because even just talking to them, getting them to talk to you is nigh impossible.
Right.
So,
Awesome. So that's where that stands.
All right. We already talked to Ishan, 10 Bigelow Road. As a reminder, this was the project that they were given permission to cut the trees down and then install the erosion controls, have us come do a site visit before they can remove the stumps. I reached out again, and the consultant still hasn't heard anything from the client about whether or not the erosion controls are in. So we're still waiting to hear back, see if they're installed, and then we will do a
Wanna
site
take
visit.
a ride up there?
Sure.
That'd be great.
All right.
Is it Bigelow Road or Bigelow Drive?
What are you looking at?
Because when I put in Bigelow Road, it only brings in Berlin, Vermont.
Oh, well,
But maybe I just haven't finished typing it, and that's why.
it might be Drive. See what that is.
Yeah, Bigelow Drive's the only one that's coming up.
Okay, Bigelow Drive.
No, that's not right. That's not where it is. I think it. No, it is right there.
AJ,
It's,
Bigelow Street.
if
Bigelow
you go
Street.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
I could go with you if you want.
okay, yeah, I'm putting it on for 8,
All right.
as long as I'm in from hunting by then.
Where is that? Oh, River Road.
I think
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of the little
Yeah.
side streets.
So
outside.
really, it's Hudson here, and
What
it
time would you
turns
like to
into
go?
Berlin,
It doesn't have to be 8.
like
Could we do 9?
right
Sure.
here, maybe, or even right here.
Meet somewhere.
Okay.
I think
Pick
this
one
is
car?
all Hudson. There was
Sure.
like
Do you
this
wanna
much
meet
of the
here?
project that was in Hudson that they had to get approval on, and then there's the town line.
you know where
and
I
so
live.
the
That's the
I
project.
could just come to your
Yeah.
house.
Fun.
Yep.
Either way,
Alright, so it's 10 Bigelow
You
call
Street.
it.
Yes.
Nothing for land acquisition. For trail maintenance, the Berlin Meadows sign is ready to be picked up. I believe
oh,
it,
did you hear from them that it's ready?
Yes.
That
Mhm.
replacement, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
There was
okay, Lexi,
Sorry, I'm just adding it to my calendar.
okay, so am I, but, maybe you and I could, put those signs up tomorrow too.
At Berlin Meadows.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Do
awesome.
it at the same time.
Thank you.
That means I have to go over and pick up, I can't get the sign till 9, so how about 9:30?
Yeah.
Okay,
I will let them know that you are coming.
well, they're not open till 9, I'll be there at the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, they let me know that it's ready, and that someone will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should be
Alright.
good.
Oh,
So we'll meet at Berlin Meadows,
but
9:30.
those
then we'll go.
invoices came in
Okay.
as well.
They did. I
You
didn't
didn't
see
see
them
the,
in the mailbox.
The not, so Amy emailed, oh, I don't have the email on my phone.
What are we?
Sign Logic
Oh.
sent the invoices for the signs to the town accountant, and Amy yesterday, I worked from home yesterday, so I'm a little off on everything.
Must have missed that. I didn't see that come through.
Would have been the town accountant. We can vote on it at the next meeting,
Okay.
but we're gonna have to vote to approve those. But I don't think she sent them to me personally.
Huh.
I'm pretty
Okay,
su-
I'm not seeing them in the inbox right now, so
Okay.
maybe if I don't see them on my laptop later, I will reach out to you in case
Okay.
they went to just your
Yeah.
personal inbox. I don't have anything else for trail maintenance. Does anyone else?
I have all the things we've already talked about.
All right.
You wanna say anything about the
Yeah.
fence? Is there anything afoot?
I'm waiting for Paul Wheeler to do the work. I laid it out like
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
week,
I saw
the
you.
weekend before. Yeah, we ran into
Yeah.
each other, and I haven't reached out to him.
We
yet.
don't
I'm
have the
meaning to,
post
but-
yet, though. It's gonna,
Oh, we don't, we just have the rails?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine, I mean, they're not dug anyway, so I stopped by on my way to the meeting tonight, just to double check in case he had gotten to it, like, in the last couple days. So I'll contact him tomorrow and see what's going on.
Okay.
How are we gonna get those posts though? Are we gonna get them on site?
Physically?
Yeah.
We can just, if you order them from National Lumber, they'll drop them off for you, and I don't even know, they might be doing a fuel surcharge of like $30 now, but they might not even,
Especially where it's here in town. Like
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
right down the street.
they only started doing a fuel surcharge in the last couple of years.
Do
It might
they
be
carry
like
the
$5.
material?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they'll drop it, like, they'll just dump it right there. I mean, you generally want somebody there to guide them, but if you give them instructions on where to dump it, they'll just drop it.
Do we want them to leave it there or with the other materials?
At the town, old
At
town
yeah.
barn.
I mean, it's a smaller yard, they're not super busy, you can generally get them to drop it off within like a day,
Right.
so we're
Right.
scheduled
So
ahead
when
of
we
time.
know we're
So when we know
ready
we're
to
gonna
do
the
it,
work, we
we'll,
have them drop it the day before. I mean,
Okay.
we can have them dropped off at the highway barn and
No.
then transport
Then
them
you have to-
ourselves,
right, because
but-
then
Well,
we
then
have
you
to
have
move
to
them.
handle them again.
Yeah,
I
but we
don't-
also don't want them hanging around. We don't want them leave them sitting there for a couple of weeks either.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we won't have to do that. It's pretty, I mean, it's all standard stuff. You know,
Right.
they'll have it in stock.
So, but that's the last thing we need to. Oh, we still need to do
We
the
need
picnic
poles.
tables.
Picnic tables and we were talking about benches.
Right.
I have to reach out to that vendor, but I've been trying to get other stuff figured out.
Okay.
But I can reach out to them and see if they're still on board to do it, because that quote is
Old.
geriatric at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
but-
See what you can find out. Just, I would love to be able to
Put all this to
put a
bed.
period at the end of this.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I know. But see, if I don't bug you about it, who will?
That's fair.
Work together, keep it moving forward.
Yep. All right.
I don't like this spot either.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. Like, is that wetland that they just decided to ignore, because then it would push more boundary here? Not that it matters, 'cause I don't know that you can do anything with that, because you don't have any frontage, unless there's another road going
Where
here.
are you? All right. Let's hold off. Okay. So that's the parking lot.
Moving on to the conservation restrictions. Do you have any updates on any of them?
The River Bridge CR amendment, I met with, you were there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. We met with, Kristen and Laura Matai from SVT. SVT is good with taking the CR for this. They had some conditions that they would like us to meet. I think we talked about this, about cutting out Boundless Adventures, and supplementing the loss of that acreage with additional acreage from somewhere else in the lot. Problem is the town can't agree to do that because we don't own the property. So we've got the lawyers talking about if there's a way to have an agreement in place that SVT would accept the property as is, the CR as is, so that the town can actually own the property, and then have some sort of agreement in place, a binding agreement that we would do the things that they're asking us to do. Is that a fair?
Yes, that was a good way to
Okay.
explain.
It's far less complicated than what the lawyers were originally suggesting.
Yes.
And I'm like, can't.
That's terrifying.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to say, I was thinking what you said, and then I was like, "There's like this can't be an option because this is so much simpler. That if this was an option, like they would have thought of this."
Right.
When you said it, and I was
They're-
like, I
they're,
was thinking that too.
Yeah, Kristen read, some suggestions from the attorneys, and I'm like, I don't even know what I just heard. So hopefully it will be possible to do it the simpler way. But that's what we're waiting to hear from the lawyers to see if that's possible.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Horseshoe Pond, CR. There's nothing, so it's we're just waiting for, actually, we're really just waiting for the documents to sign, I think.
Yeah.
The
they're-
state-
It was sent to the state, kind of just
Yep,
waiting to see if they say anything.
right, well, they had some comments. Those were addressed. They had some comments. Those were addressed. And I think it's like
Yeah.
the finish line is like right
yeah,
there.
Last meeting we reviewed the comments and agreed on all of them, and they were sent away. So
Right. Yep.
fingers crossed.
And Powder House Hill CR. So we talked with Laura about that, and we've sent them our draft of this. Sent Laura the draft that we all approved probably a year ago now, and we're waiting for their comments. If I remember correctly. Oh yeah, they did a site visit.
Yep.
You went
Can I-
with them. Yes,
was
you
just-
may. That
I'm
would
holding
be.
my breath.
Don't
Just
don't hold your breath. Speak out.
Okay, I actually have it. So, Chris and I did a walkthrough. Now, the photograph that we originally had of the trailhead, the easement into the trailhead on private property, if I'm not mistaken, that's changed a lot. They've put in a parking lot and a driveway and so on, sort of.
On the easement.
Well, it's hard to decide where the easement is because
So if you're
it doesn't look the same,
if you're looking at the property,
right?
the little garage is still there,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And the easement is from the right side of the garage to the property line. It's about 20 feet.
Right, and that's now a driveway. Right, next, so anyway, what we discussed, since it's undefined, is try to get a definition of that and put in some blazes, some trail markers to show exactly where,
Yeah,
you know,
how
we
it
should,
goes.
yeah,
Yep.
folks should walk.
Yep.
And there was an incursion that occurred on the property before we acquired it. Someone took out a bunch of trees sort of on, it would be the, I guess that would be the southwest end of it, but high up. And all the wood chips from chipping up the brush and trees were sprayed in a big pile, and it's partly on what is now our property. But it was done before we acquired the property.
Right.
And we live with that. She said, maybe we talk to the adjacent property owner and say, don't do it again in the future.
Right.
Maybe not.
Right.
It-
How
it-
long? Like, does it look like a real long time ago?
Couple of
or
years.
At least.
Yeah, I mean, you can see some vegetation starting to form over the top, and the wood chips are rotting. It's not. I don't think it's an issue, other than we just don't want it to happen again in the
Sure.
future.
Yep.
So, the other thing she said is maybe if we put just a couple of signs along there saying this is, conservation land or something,
Right.
and monitor it
Sure. Yep.
every year.
Were we gonna put a well up there?
We are leaving the opportunity for
To
it.
do that, right,
Yes,
but that was
but
the
it's
intention
not-
point, we were, because I just was wondering.
Right.
of,
Well,
you
it's
know,
it's
with the trees taken down, I don't know.
right. Yeah, it's not a definite that it will ever
Okay.
happen.
Okay,
We've just left the opportunity.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I wasn't sure.
Other than that, the sidewalk was beautiful.
Good.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, she seemed to view the property favorably.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's very nice.
Yep.
But there's no trail or anything really.
Yeah. Yep.
So just if we could delineate that, where we're gonna.
Yes.
So we have 20 feet from the garage. From the-
I would have to look at the
Yeah.
map to make sure, but that is my recollection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is
And-
this? The River Road?
Barroso.
Carter Street. 72 Carter.
Yep. Carter.
I'm getting turned around.
Right across the street from the
Just it from the
repair
Wheelers.
shop that we were just talking about
Yeah.
earlier at 75.
Yep.
Yep.
I wonder if I took a picture of that.
I think you did, and you sent it to me, but I didn't.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
I don't recall seeing an actual driveway. So,
Yeah, I don't even know how to use this thing.
well, maybe you didn't. Maybe you emailed it to conservation.
I did.
Because, yeah, I don't have it. Okay. Anything else about the 3 CRs? And moving on, do we have, it's funny, I was thinking about this the other day. Should we poke Gary again?
Yes.
Okay, 'cause it's starting to get colder out and,
Yes.
okay. All right, that would be great.
All right. Anything from you ladies on the internship or library?
Ms. Sequeira gave me the names of a couple of teachers who might be interested in incorporating something in some classes that they have. I can't remember offhand. I can look if you want what the names of the classes were, but like conservation oriented. That they might want to incorporate like a talk from somebody or some materials from Concom. And then she also said we could put up another flyer if we wanted to kind of try to recruit some more students. I don't know if we wanted to have different suggestions on there, just kind of redo what we did last year, what your thoughts on that were.
Well, how successful do you think we were?
We got 2 students.
Right?
So, yeah.
I know,
Would look good on their college.
Oh, totally.
Application.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Push
problem
that.
is just
yeah.
getting them to follow
Getting
through.
into sorority or fraternity too. Like nowadays, I hear how big a deal that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway.
Might just make more sense to go with like
right.
classes
Classroom
where
stuff.
they have to be
Yeah. Let's try that. See if we are able to do something with that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Or anybody else have options, opinions?
There's that. I have to say that recruiting folks sometimes I guess what I'm struggling with is how do we make it their idea to come to us?
Right?
You know? Because if it's not their idea, it's going to be hard to retain them, much less even get them started. But yeah,
Right.
so
I think it's to push the way to get involved with the community and our resources and more of the trails and just what we do is important to the town. I mean, the town is changing rapidly, and anything that they can do to make it kind of try to preserve what we have, because it's insane now. I feel like the town is, like Walter said, it's not the same Berlin anymore. And I've only been here, 15 years, and it's changed just within the past 2. And it's just important for people to get involved. So they want to keep the, environment and, I don't know.
it's hard
You
to
know
sell
what I mean?
to.
It is, but if they are more,
I mean, I feel like a lot more kids are oriented that way. I feel like there's a really big growth in like environmental degrees and stuff. But just based off of the initial response and then lack of further response from the last round we did, it seems that high school students are not really focused on anything outside of high school, or not really focused on this kind of anything.
Right.
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know that when I was 16, that argument would have
I
held
know.
sway with me.
That's true.
You know, and between other, you know, so many kids that do sports or do other things and have so many other commitments. You know, I think the best we can do is just kind of keep offering.
Yeah.
Should there be somebody that really, really is interested, and, you know, just kind of let it be known every year that this opportunity is there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because
For
when they
sure.
go to the guidance counselor or whatever to start like thinking about their career trajectory, if they know that we are a potential resource, then
Yeah, and, you know, there's only so much that we can do.
right.
But I do think it's important that we at least continue to offer opportunities.
Yeah.
Now, you and Louise did last year, didn't they have some sort of, it wasn't a career day.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, and I didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Um,
You didn't go with her?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember. I was like just before you said that, trying to think of what that was. 'Cause
Right.
I remember her
Was
talking
it
about
maybe
that.
a volunteer opportunity
I
day
feel like
kind
it
of
was
thing?
More that kind of thing.
Yeah. So can you ask Miss Sequeira
Mhm.
about that, if they've already done it, or if they're still, you know, if they're gonna do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe if they are, we can do a little more to fluff up a table,
Yeah.
you know?
Or is that something that we could partner with SVT with, perhaps? I mean, they have people that speak.
Maybe.
I don't know whether that would be helpful, but have essentially the same mission.
They
They're
they
here.
have printed literature,
Right.
though.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe there's, whether we do it this year, and I mean,
Right.
maybe but to think going forward, I think they would be
Yeah.
outstanding, and maybe get them more involved in, you know, the projects that they like to do and want to do.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, you know, because AJ gave us the, you know, we put some flyers up at our clubhouse, et cetera, trying to get our community more involved. And, well, I was the only Highland Ridger there on Sunday.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem to be,
Right, so it's
it
not
doesn't
just,
seem to engender,
yeah. I mean, volunteerism is down kind of universally anyway.
right. And I get it, you know, people have different agendas and lots of things going on, but, any rate, we've tried out there, and I'd love to say we made some progress. I don't think so.
Well, I remember what Louise did, was she had volunteers come during the SBT when we were doing the trail cleaning, but then there was rain and it was postponed. And then I think the next time the students couldn't come. And I think, so that's what she was doing. She got them involved in doing like trail maintenance and stuff.
Right,
Well, we had one day scheduled and several students signed up and
no one showed up.
And they
Nobody
didn't
came.
show,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I think, because I do remember the one day I was gonna go with some people and it was raining and we called it off.
Right. Yeah.
Or
I think
maybe-
if you're gonna get high school students involved, you generally have to get the parents involved and hope they can drag the high school students. Like,
Or maybe our Earth Day, maybe again, there's another opportunity, I don't know, because we had, it turns, well,
several students showed up for the roadside cleanup.
right, exactly, so we can keep that as another
Mm-hmm.
possibility.
I do have another decent-sized trail reroute that I want to do at Pisgah, because there's a trail there that's just basically a dry riverbed right now.
Right, I think you were talking about that before.
A while ago, yeah. I haven't had to get a chance to get out and finish flagging it or anything, but
Well, I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, if you come from the Horseshoe Pond side, it's like you get a ways up and then it cuts between two big rock faces and a couple of diced up chunks of log in there, and then as you continue on, it's just like it runs right along this rock wall, so there's nowhere for the water to go
Other than,
other than continuing down the trail.
right.
So I want to move move it uphill and do some twitchbacks and properly bench cut it and grade it and all that, so it doesn't just become.
Are you the one that took that big tree out? It was a just overhead height, right across the trail.
At
Was
that
you?
point, no.
Okay.
That's been
I
down
remember
for,
who did that.
that came down, that's been down for a couple of years now,
Yeah.
I think.
I think that was
Quite a while
Kyle.
back. Was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
it could have been. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
It was a mess.
Yeah. So, and there's some other reroutes and closures I want to do in Pisgah for stuff that's just like completely blown out.
Right.
So, so that's a good opportunity for volunteers because you need bodies for doing that kind of work because
Right.
it's moving dirt with hand tools. So
Way to sell it.
Yeah, there you go.
What
many
about,
hands make light work.
Yep.
I'll tell you that. Like we banged through the one at Brewer Brook a lot faster than I would have expected. Like I was, Phil came and a bunch of other people, and so we had a decent turnout. And like I turned around after kind of concentrating on my one spot for a little while, and I was like, oh, we're like almost there. We should just finish. So
Awesome.
have we
That's
ever
great.
done anything with Assabet? I feel like Votech kids might be more into that.
maybe.
Yeah, if you, do you want to reach out?
I mean, I can try. I don't have any contacts. at
I
this
know,
point.
yeah, I don't know.
I've got one contact there, but he's an electrician, so they would want to know. But he might.
No,
know
but he
somebody.
might know who we
Yeah, yeah.
should contact, yeah.
Getting the electricians out to do that would not
Yeah.
be almost as good as trying to hand out a broom.
Yeah, so if you, in your spare time,
I'll
can,
reach out.
yeah, just find out who to reach out to.
Yep.
That would be good.
Haven't talked to him in a few years, but good dude.
Cool. All right, anything, oh, the library,
Yeah,
yep,
I told Victoria about speaking with Fred and about storage, etc. I haven't heard back. I haven't had a chance to follow up, but I think hopefully, given that, she's probably all set.
okay,
I haven't heard
right,
from that, so I'm assuming it's all good. But I will touch base with her for next meeting, give more of an update what's going on.
yeah, and we actually,
I know we
We
voted,
voted,
and
yeah.
I told her.
okay,
So-
yeah, we have to figure that out, right, so, for both the library and Ishan, and we did 900 for that, right?
Oh no, 350.
350?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because she had raised
Oh,
lot of
right,
money
right,
on her
It-
own,
yes,
and
yes,
that was
yes,
kind of to cover the
the
difference.
balance, yep,
And I told her that, and then I think she was just gonna go ahead and buy the, but that's when we got into the
Okay.
conversation about what to do
Yep.
with it, blah, 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 and now,
right,
and I had mentioned to her, but I don't know, at the time she needs that money right now, maybe, but
right.
I'll touch base.
Okay, well, we should need to find out the process anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure, yeah, cause I know she said to get the remainder of the materials, it's not gonna happen till the spring anyway,
Right,
so we have to.
right, so she might be waiting till then, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
Cool, yes, so we'll find out
Figure
that process
Yes.
from June and, make, at least have the knowledge for the
Okay.
library and get Ishan his money. Awesome. Anything else?
The garden needs a little cleanup, but I reckon I can manage that.
You sure?
Get a volunteer day going.
AJ has a little injury that he's nursing,
Oh, no.
so he's not quite physically.
But a typical Midwestern guy doesn't want to say anything about it.
Right.
I broke 2 ribs.
Broke
How'd you
two
manage that?
ribs?
He took a little
Don't-
tumble. We'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
We're
All
not
right.
going down that road.
All right.
Well, why don't you let me know when you have something in mind?
Okay.
Time for
I wanted
something.
to hear you were like, doing something crazy on a mountain bike, but it doesn't sound like.
I
you're
wish
that
I
excited.
was.
Yeah.
It would have been worth it.
That's right. I broke my finger with a ladder at work, so.
Oh, jeez. So anyway, sometime in the next month or so, it doesn't have to be, everything is dormant now, just
Right.
about. So, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Non-
Do we have to say the time, or it doesn't matter?
No, I mean, we can if
Good.
we want.
Nah, that's fine.
8:40.
Don't worry.
It's non-debatable. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, too bad. All right.